Welcome. This is about politics. This is the extra video, a bonus video that goes along with the project management course, the training. Politics, a bunch of you have been asking about politics. So I'm going to share 10 suggestions, hints, or tips. Politics is a fact of life for project managers. We have to deal with so many levels, the highest level, our peers, the people who work on the project, different cultures, different organization, all different politics, all different cultures. It's a fact of life. And if you know how to deal with politics, or at least how to handle them, you have a better chance of project success. So much better than being blindsided, I'm going to offer you 10 tips. And all of these 10 tips, these 10 suggestions are ones that I have experienced firsthand because they have caused me problems. So for me as a manager, I got in trouble all the time with politics. It was lessons that I learned the hard way. And I realized in hindsight is that I got in trouble because I had these three beliefs. One, I believe people should just do their jobs and do it well, right? Sounds simple. Two, your business, their business is none of my business. I don't like the gossip. I don't like knowing your business. And I keep mine to myself. And three, people are basically good and they care about each other and will help each other and respect each other. So I think because I believed and started with those three things, they got me in trouble because that wasn't always the case. That was a rude awakening. So I'm going to share my 10 lessons, tips, insights about politics. But first, a big disclosure. These are my lessons learned the hard way. What I'm going to say to you is each situation, each person is different. You're different, your situation. So use and adapt to them how it might work for you. So that's my big disclosure about that. So here's the 10 tips. Number one, PPP. I don't mean what you think. Positive, proactive, professional relationships. One of the most effective things you can do if somebody knows you, they know you're a professional. And I'm not saying be best friends with everybody. They know who you are. They have some trust. They respect you. Create those relationships before you might get in trouble. So proactively build those positive professional relationships. I have a whole talk on that and a whole slide. That's number one. Number two, this burnt me in a big way. I wanted to help everybody and everything. I was taught this, someone did a leadership 360 on me where my whole group got together and said, I wasn't there. And they told me everything that I did wrong. And the biggest thing that came out of that is number two, do not triangulate. So what does that mean? Triangulate, three sides, triangle, right? What that means is I was at the top of the triangle. Elizabeth would tell me how horrible Joe was. And I'd listen and listen and listen. Joe would tell me how horrible Elizabeth was, and I'd listen and listen. Each of them thought that I agreed, that they thought the other one was horrible, that I thought because they thought the other one was horrible. The reality, I was just listening. What I learned to do from that point forward is when someone has a problem with this person or that person is not to be the center person, is did you talk to Joe about Elizabeth? Elizabeth, did you talk to Joe? If you've had that conversation and dealt with that conflict, I'm happy to mediate and facilitate, but let's all do it together. Anyway, so don't triangulate. Learn that one the hard way. Number three, be transparent as much as realistic and safety-wise makes sense. Keeping secrets, telling different people different things will catch up to you and get you in trouble. Number four, be prepared. You know something's going to change or go different. So it's always about having your first plan, your second plan, your third plan, maybe even your fourth and fifth. But as you're going towards someone to ask them to do something, it's being creative and having backup and backup and backup. Number five, know who the politicians are, know what their game is and how they work. This is about being observant. Do they always ask someone for a favor? Do they get someone else to say what they need to say? What is it they do and how do they do it and what words do they use? So you can get used to, here's where they're not really saying what they're going to say. Some of it's reading body language, some of it's understanding their patterns. Number six, know what the culture is and use it. Conflict. How does this culture deal with conflicts? Do they talk about it privately and present an answer? Do they want everybody to put it out in the open? Each culture deals with conflict decision-making differently. Understand how that culture, even if it's the IT department versus the finance department, understand that. Number 7, this one got me big time. Again, remember, I believe that everybody does their own job. What you do is none of your business. Know the grapevine and the rumors. Again, I got in trouble really big once because one of my main project sponsors was having a secret affair with the person who was my competitor. And I didn't know that. I learned it the hard way. My project got defunded in a bunch of areas, not the whole way. Everybody else knew it, but not me, because I ignored rumors and gossip. So what I did, and I'm not suggesting you do this, I then started my project meetings with, okay, the first 3 minutes, let's just talk about some rumors. And I just say, okay, thank you. So it became important to at least not participate, but understand what was flying around out there. Number 8 kind of follows up with this one. Know the connection. Who influences who? For example, another company I work with, this is going on right now. There's 2 fairly level senior people in 2 different departments, and they are having an affair that neither of their spouses know about. But guess what? They influence each other, and you can see the influence. Most people know it, not everybody. It's important to know who knows who's related to who. Number 9, I like this one. This one plays right into who I am. Perform well. There's nothing like, if you don't do anything wrong, you do a great job. You can always keep your head up and you always feel good about what you did. To me, that's just a given, but sometimes it's important to say it because people start performing well when they're sort of burned out or they think politics is getting in the way. So regardless of what you think is going on with the politics, perform well. And number 10, again, this seems obvious to me, but yeah, I got to say this is, it's a small world. Wouldn't want to paint it. Small world. And you've got a career that's how long? 20, 30, 40 years. Don't burn bridges. Don't trash someone no matter what they do or how they said, because it may come back to you. You may not get that next job. Someone saying something to someone. Reputations live a long time. So in summary, there are my 10 rules, learn the hard way for politics. So I would love to hear, you agree, disagree, you're already doing them. Does it make sense? Did I miss any of your favorites? So thank you. This is 10 tips on politics in projects.